Hey guys, and welcome to Woodzman Adventures. I am off out here in the mountains in southern Arizona, riding the Honda Trail 125. Now mine here is a 2023 model that I've modified quite a bit as far as the stuff on it, not the engine. Really didn't want to modify the engine, but I want to kind of do a little review of what I put on the bike, just how the bike's been. It's been extremely good. Let me check the miles here. So I have 3,000 miles on the bike now, and this bike's been just great. I did my first oil change on it, and I've never had an issue yet. Everything's worked flawless. I put some stuff on it, of course. I did change the tires. That was the worst thing, was the tires for off out here in the rough, the gravel, and the mountains and the desert and stuff. The tires was horrible. Those stock kind of sissy tires it had on it, but went ahead and got some tires for it. Got the IRC Trials GP1 tire on the front, and then on the rear I got I believe it's the Golden Boy. That's been a good tire too. So I got the 3.0017 tires front and rear. I did have to raise the fender, but just got some little extensions to raise the fender. Having no problem. I did give me some bark busters. These are just cheapies, like Amazon cheapies, and the problem when you get them is they're too long. They're for regular bikes, but they're too long. So I just took this aluminum thing here, cut it off, re-drilled the hole, and it works perfect. And they're cheap, but they're really solid, so they work really good on this bike. I got some protection on it, like the headlight rack, and carry my little box up here. I got the crash guards there. Painted the exhaust black because I thought it would look cooler that way, and it does. To me, it looks better than the silver. And of course, I got a big ammo style box on the back. Nelson Rig luggage, so I got the Nelson Rig tank bag, Nelson Rig dry roll bag back here that I keep all my tools in to change a flat. I carry a spare tube and everything in there, air compressor, so I'm ready to go if I have a flat. And I did have a flat one time on this, and it's actually my first ride, I believe. I had a flat. Got a nail in the tire. Up here I just have a Nelson Rig bottle holder. That's what I keep my water in. Strapped to that rack there because it has the MOLLE webbing. This thing is awesome, this Rig Gear bottle holder, to carry your water in. And I have one of those tumblers in there so it keeps cold all day. I did get these AirMoto mirrors, which are nice because you can fold them in, loosen the wing nut on them, fold them in if you're in the brush real heavy. Makes a lot of difference. And of course I got my camera stuff on here. This is a ThinkWare M1 Dashcam front and rear. So it's recording all the time. No matter whether I'm recording with these cameras or not, that thing's recording front. The rear is right down there. Right there is the rear. And it records all the time, just in case. You never know when you might need a video of something that you're not recording on your GoPro or your DJI or whatever, but that way you have it. I also have the center rack here that I have that Nelson Rig tank bag. So I will have links for everything pretty much in the description. The Nelson Rig tank bag, the dry roll bags. It's kind of wadded up there because I don't have it full on that dry roll bag, but it works good. 100% waterproof, like that tank bag is 100% waterproof also, and lifetime warranty on anything Nelson Rig pretty much. So I have my Garmin Tread 2 GPS on here. Just clips on and off real nice. I can move it from one bike to another. I put it on this one. I put it on my 300L. And then of course I have the Roto packs mounted here on the side. That's a AirMoto rack they sent me to review. Works pretty good. I mean, that's what I got on there to hold my Roto packs 1 gallon tank, just in case I get out and run out of gas. This thing gets exceptional gas mileage, but when you're way off here out here in the mountains and the desert, you never know. I mean, it only holds like 1.4 gallon on the bike, so it don't hurt to have an extra gallon of gas on there. Also got AirMoto foot peg inserts right here, and that just gives you some more traction over the stock. The stock's not a lot of traction really, but with these inserts, yeah, your feet grip real good. Instead of having to buy new pegs, they just actually just fit right inside there and bolt in. kind of where I think this thing comes with a rubber pad stock. You take it out and you put these in. But on mine, I do have the passenger pegs I put on back here because I got a pad that I can put on here on the back rack. And my wife could ride back there with me if we're gone camping somewhere. So I could do that, and she could use the passenger pegs. I may never need them, but I have them if I ever do. This is actually a AirMoto ball mount. You can put it front or rear, depending on what you want to do, but it just comes with these clamps, and then you got a nice place to mount things with that ball. I did have my GPS on it until I went and put it on the center crossbar that I had to. I bought this crossbar too. That helps because that crossbar strengthens your handlebars. Because the handlebars without a crossbar is not very strong. If you lay it over, you can bend them up pretty easy. That crossbar adds that extra strength right there. So it's pretty cool. But as far as gearing right now, I'm just stock gearing. I did put on a DID X-ring chain on there. So that chain will never probably stretch on this bike. It's really tough. The stock chain does stretch. But that DID X-ring is an exceptional chain. And I did have the sprocket bigger on the rear, but I went ahead and put it back stock just because when I'm traveling from one place to another and you get on the roads, I like this thing to at least do 50 or so, and it really won't do that at all with that other gearing. So I wanted it to get out and go. And as far as going in the mountains out here, this thing, reviewing the bike part, it's great, except for if you can get to some hills or some of the real steep stuff, and it won't climb it. They will not do it. It just ain't got enough power with that clutch setup that it has. So I figure if it's just more than it will climb, then I don't need to be up in there. It doesn't matter. You know, it's not that big a deal. So yeah, I went ahead and got my phone mount on there too. And basically I don't use the phone much on the bike, but I like to have it there to control my drone. And I can see my drone if it's following me on that phone. So it works pretty good for that. This camera is a DJI Osmo 360 I have set up here. And then, of course, I'm talking with the DJI Mic Mini on the DJI Action 6 camera. That's the video you're seeing. But really, it's a good little bike. A lot of fun. It is capable out here off-road. A lot of people say it ain't, but they're full of baloney. They don't know what they're talking about. Ignore the people that are the haters that don't know what they're talking about, because they probably never had one, or they've never went out and tried it off-road. It goes just fine off-road up in this stuff. Up in the mountains, the rough stuff. Look back at some of my last videos on Trail 125. I take this thing some pretty gnarly places, and I do find its limits too, but this little bike will go, and it will go good. It's just a lot of fun to ride. Yeah, I have some protectors over my signals too, little plastic protectors. I don't know if they do much, but they look good. Over the tail light too, even on the front, same way. Right there, and I have one on the headlight in there. So guys, that's it. Pretty much, that's my Honda CT125 after 3,000 miles of perfect. Never had an issue, like I said. It's been a great bike. Thank you all for watching Woodzman Adventures. Everything is linked in the description below. God bless you all. Click the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you'll be notified when I put out a new video. We'll catch you all on the next adventure. Ride on.